Well, I'm speechless, to be honest with you. But it was, a tremendous second half effort, obviously. The kids, didn't play up to their capabilities in the first half. We were a little nervous going into halftime. Hey, just like Wheaton, little kind of thing. But, I think the kids got together as a group. Offensive line was struggling in the first half. Hey, we got to protect the passer, and so like we were 3 and out, too many 3 and outs, and those guys got together and they said, hey, they got fired up. We made some adjustments at halftime, some things we wanted to do in the pass offense. We came out with the idea we're going to throw the ball rather than run the ball because we're really struggling, in the running game all night. Really, there was just a few plays that we got, but so we decided to focus on the pass offense. And I think the biggest thing was our defense. They started to play. I started to really play. Started to tackle. Started to gang tackle. I started to make plays in space. And on that running back, pretty good. It's a really good football player. It's one of the best we've ever seen. And that was, I think, the difference. Our kids came out and decided, hey, we're not going to have this again. We had it before where we, against a great football team, where we kind of laid an egg. And, John, I think, said it best at halftime, let's turn this season around right now. Because, we didn't play that well last week. We played, dominating football, but if you look at the score, we shot ourselves in the foot so many times that we have toes missing. But the way we played, tonight in the second half is very gratifying. So I don't think we could have played any better. It was one of those things where, man, I'm speechless, but I'm still talking all the time. It was unbelievable. There's a part of me that can't believe it, the way because it would be a moment, how you see momentum sometimes in games. I've only seen that a couple times where momentum just changed like that, in the third quarter, and just kind of snowballed. And the defense, what a great effort. Their backs with the ball. We're trying to run the ball to run some clock after we got the lead, and they were in our half of the field. But 3 drives? 3 drives in our half of the field. They just played phenomenal. Phenomenal. There was a pass there that they could have had for a touchdown. The ball was in his hands, and there was what I call the phantom interference call. But, I would have been really upset up here had we lost that game because I didn't think that was a good call. But hey, I can't get fined. This is college football.
What is it with you guys in homecoming? Last year Aurora, same kind of situation, second half. Does the crowd that fires you guys up? Let's go across the board with this one.
I think
I've
that's
got
just
a theory
coincidence.
I'll tell you.
I think that's just coincidence. Like Coach said during halftime, got the guys together and we're like, we're going to turn this season around right now. Because if you watch the Wheaton film, there was things we could have done against them that, we were moving the ball, and then, just game plan for this week, more spread, throwing the ball over the field. It's just, it's definitely a coincidence. The guys came out and played in the second half, and that's what made us win this game.
Well, I'm going to say something, and Chris, I think you would vouch for this too. Last year, the Aurora game, there was a young man named Borsellino that got in the faces of some players at halftime, and basically he took over that game. And there was some similarities tonight to the Aurora game in terms of the big plays made by. Now he'll be the first one to tell you that his teammates allowed that to happen, but having a playmaker like that makes a difference, especially when he gets going. And that was both of those football games, the Aurora game second half and this game, very similar, although we were down by a lot more in this game. But we got to play 4 quarters, guys. We still got to play 4 quarters.
John, I know you've been called on to contribute as a receiver before. Did you look pretty comfortable out there again, been put back in that role tonight? It sound right?
Yeah, that's something I've done, through high school, and when I was at Illinois State, I played receiver. I played running back, but call me what you want to call me, I don't really care. I'm just out there to help the team. So.
And again, he runs the ball very well from scrimmage. At tailback when we use the eye, which we don't use as often as we used to. We've kind of changed. We've been an offense in transition because of some personnel issues, some things unexpected things happened during camp. A couple guys that we were counting on playing in the offensive line aren't there anymore. because of injury. One is a unique situation, and one was ineligible. And quarterback comes in, he's got great skill, he has to learn our offense, learn our concepts, and he had 3 practices and we threw him out there in the Wesleyan scrimmage. 6 practices and he plays against Wheaton, but he was so talented. It just, and of course when the bullets are flying, and he's now getting comfortable with what we're doing. You can start to see it coming. So I think, he's got some talent on it. He does a nice job. And got some great receivers out there to throw the ball to. And some good running backs. And that line played a great second half too. But hey, defense. Talk to Chris, man. Talk to Chris.
Go for it.
Well, I mean, it seemed like the defense kind of came up with the big plays when you needed to. What sorts of adjustments did you guys make specifically? Because it seemed like there was more pressure coming in the second half.
I mean, we didn't really adjust that much. We wanted to come out and adjust, but we ran the same plays. It was just us doing our job. Every single player doing their job every play, and just playing to come back. We knew that if they scored 28 points or whatever they had the first half, that we were going to lose the game, and we obviously didn't want to lose. So it's just, we put it on us. I told the guys at halftime that those 28 points were on us. It's no one else. It doesn't matter how many points the offense scores. If they're out there scoring at will, then that's on us, and we had to change that. So we just came out ready to play.
Yeah, they were flying around. These guys he played a nice ball game.
Any of you guys sense any deflation on the other side when you guys knocked their quarterback out of the game?
I mean, obviously, when the starting quarterback goes down, it's just a heartbreaker for the other team. But I mean, the whole second half, we really
nice balls though.
The whole second half, we really just had the momentum, and we didn't want to let that go. And so I think that they were flat the whole second half.
You're ahead 28-7. You're playing a team that got torched by a team that you beat. I mean, that's that. I mean, that's not necessarily an envious position, but I think that they respected us. There's no question about it. They came out with a blitz package, and they're not a big blitz team, and they came after us. Like they came after Wheaton, so they did. No question, they respected us, and they took it to us in the first half. That's a great running back. But our kids adjusted to his speed. It's hard to simulate that in practice because we're not going to let him play prep tailback, I guarantee you. Not with those guys over there.
We should probably see them blitz so much on third down. It seems like every time they blitz on third down, you guys hit them over the top for a big play.
Well, they're not a big blitz team. No, in the second half that happened, but not so much in the first half. I think we had one, good play, but they blitzed Wheaton, and were very successful blitzing Wheaton the week before. And they were successful in the first half blitzing us. We were having a struggle protecting them. But we had a couple of things that we had not shown in the first half. That we got a couple of big plays on. One of them was a touchdown to him, where they blitzed right into a play that we had a perfect play call for. And we had gotten a big first down on the same play. And those were 2 key plays in the game, because one of them kept the drive alive, and the other one obviously took it all the way to the house. So we did take advantage of some blitzes, but if you look in the first half, they hit us pretty good with the pressure. Our quarterback was running around scrambling, against the blitz. They have a good scheme. It's a good concept. And from what I understand, in talking, one of our coaches was talking to one of their coaches, and they said, hey, they're not a big blitz team. But they went after Wheaton because they thought that was what they had to do to win. And so I kind of feel they had some respect for us because they came after us. And so that's a good football team now. That's a good football team that we beat tonight. We watched the Wheaton game, and of course Wheaton, was missing a guy, but it was one guy. And they scared the daylights out of us, but the coaching staff, we didn't let the players know how scared we were.
John, tell us about the kickoff return. Was there a key block that sprung it for you, or was it just kind of a overall dominate?
I mean, everyone did their job on it. I mean, we had a lot of momentum coming off after the safety.
Right.
So we got in the huddle, and I was like, we're taking this one back, guys. Just get on your guy and make some creases, and I'll bring it back, I promise. So I mean, it's all on them really. Without them, really, I can't do anything. So.
When's the last time you've been part of a game with 2 safeties, Coop, on your side?
I don't think I ever have.
Because you talk, I mean, those were huge momentum
Oh,
turners.
yeah, no question about it, because it helped the field position turn. Of course, they had it, most of the fourth quarter, but that was a big situation, because not only did we get 2 points, but they've got a kickoff from the 20. You know, I heard a story one time that a team won a game 4-0, safety, and the coach, they asked the coach after the game about that, and he says, well, we had a beat with the first safety, but we wanted to pour it on. So that's we had a beat with the first safety, so. don't quote me on that. But that came to mind when we had 4 points on safeties. But
All right, thanks, guys.
oh, hey,
Thanks, guys.
didn't say anything. NAC conference 5-2 today.
5-2.
Is that right? I think that's a little bit of an upset from what people were predicting. I don't know.
I'd have to go back to those D3football.com.
Ask the prognosticator.
We had you guys pretty close, so probably have to flip the order now, though. Yep.
I mean, it's the nice thing is that some of us have a bye week now. Next Saturday, I'll be watching football on TV. You can't live scout, so I can't live scouting the team.